Hey, what's up, guys? It's Bunny. I'm back again for another video. Here's Flash over here, standing up, ready to go, at attention because I got up. So this video topic is another topic that I saw Charlie Kirk do, like with his audience, where he asks like a question and then he lets the audience come and give their opinion, and then he explains why he either agrees with their opinion, disagrees with their opinion, or why he thinks their opinion is uh, is false. So the topic that was brought up was, is being in America a right or a privilege? And the person had said like it was a right and that anybody should have the freedom to be here and yada yada and whatever, and that um, it was kind of like a mixture of both to a certain extent. In my personal opinion, I think I agree with him in the aspect of like, yes, it is a right to be here, in the aspect of like, if you're here, the reason why it's a right to be here is because if you're a working class person being productive to society, keeping the economy flowing, you're not committing crimes, you're not doing any of that crazy stuff, and you're just here trying to do the right thing, you deserve the right to be here. Now, whether you were naturally born here or not is completely irrelevant, in my opinion. Now, the privilege is the fact that there are certain things that, even though a lot of people don't think the United States is the greatest place to be, there's a lot of things that the United States does offer that a lot of other countries don't get the privilege of enjoying. Not every country, but a lot of other countries don't get that privilege to enjoy. And they come here to kind of try to create a better life for themselves, for their family. And that's where the privilege aspect of it comes in as well. But to tell somebody that you think that it's only a privilege if you're an American citizen is kind of dumb, because this country wasn't just built on the people that were born here. This country was built on immigrants, people coming here, doing jobs and doing things that, I'm going to be honest, a lot of American citizens would not be willing to do. And then they're doing it for half the money that someone that was born here would do it for, let alone work a job. So that whole thought process that if you're not born here, you don't deserve the privilege to be here, I don't agree with that. I think if you're doing the right thing, you're not harming anybody, you're just trying to do better for yourself, your family, and other people around you. And even if you're not born here, you should have the freedom to choose if you want to be here, go back to your country, whatever your preference is. And for somebody to tell another person what they deserve to have when it comes to either living here in the United States or going back to live in their country, that's not your right. That's their right to choose what they want to do, whatever that is. Now, this whole, like, the way the world is going when it comes to immigrants being in the country and not being in the country and all that other stuff, it's crazy out here. I feel bad for everybody, because even the kids that were born here from their parents that weren't from here, even they have to look over their shoulder because they don't even know if they safe, even though they were born here, they went to school here, they started their lives here. So it's almost like no one's safe. And it's crazy because our country was built off of immigrants coming here and helping the economy grow and thrive and do certain things. So to have the mindset to think that the privilege is only should be offered to American citizens and not someone who came here to start a new life is crazy to me. Like I said before, I think it's mainly based off of if you're doing the right thing and you're not harming anybody, you're not killing anybody, you're not doing anything crazy like that, you should have the freedom to choose. Now, I've also met people who came here, thought they were going to get the American dream. They came here, they realized it really wasn't that much of an American dream. And then they were kind of disappointed. But, I mean, that's for that person to decide for themselves, not for the government, not for someone who goes around and talks about politics. That's for that individual to decide how they feel about it. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about it. I think, they always talk about it's a free country. Realistically, it's not a free country, because if it was a free country, there's a lot of things that are going on or have been going on in the world that wouldn't go on if we really were living in what you call a free country. Granted, we have a lot more freedoms than a lot of other countries have when it comes to certain things, whether you agree with it or not. But in the grand scheme of it, or the grand scheme of things, is really not a free country. Because if it, really, if we were living in a free country, we'd be able to do whatever we want when we want it. And we wouldn't have the government telling us what we were allowed to have and not have and all this and that. Like, prime example, the government trying to see if they could force people into getting into an electric car. I think that's the person's choice. Just like it's the person's choice if they want to be here and if they have the right to be here and all that. That's on them. I don't think the only way the government should make that type of decision should be solely based on if it's criminal based. Like if the person's a criminal, a pedophile, anything like that, then that's different. But if it's just somebody here trying to go to school, trying to better themselves, trying to be a productive part of society, let them live. Just let them live. And we're living in a world where people are not letting people live anymore. And they're so worried about telling people what they can and cannot do that it's crazy. And like I said, I don't know how you guys feel about it. Comment down below. Reach out to me on my social media. You can even reach out to Flash's social media, and I'll reach back to you. But let me know what you guys think. Like, do you think it's a right or a privilege, or do you feel like how I feel, that it's kind of a little bit of both, depending on what you bring to the table when it comes to being in this country? Flash, how you feel about it? And we didn't ask Mr. Flash over here. You giving us your booty? Look at that. You giving us the booty. Well, he not even from here, man. He from Belgium anyway. He a Belgium dog, so he don't give two fucks what we talking about. But anyway, like I said before, don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe. Reach out to my social media or Flash's social media, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.